You know what else I don't like? Speaking of holidays, I can't stand eggnog. It's right there
Oh
with
yeah,
candy corn. I think it's the nastiest
dude,
thing.
I love eggnog,
That's
dude.
drinkable mayonnaise is
Oh,
so disgusting.
it's so good. My whole family loves it. I don't know any.
Drinkable mayonnaise.
It
I don't know
is.
anybody outside of my family that actually likes it.
Really? I feel like I'm in the minority, but I could be
No, you're
wrong.
not, dude. Like, I can't find anybody outside of my family who likes
Like
eggnog.
I'll sip on it a little bit, but I don't like drink a ton of it. So
Dude,
I
that
try it
first
every year to see if this is the
the
year, but I
the
still
the
hate it every
hoods
year.
the hoods golden eggnog. Oh,
Oh,
top tier. So, so good.
gross.
I think the one that I drank a little bit of was the spiced eggnog.
I take that first sip and I almost slink to the floor because of how good it is.
He's like, oh. Welcome to the Cable Club. We're a retro video gaming podcast where three guys vacation to Spain, and we're linking up to talk about the games you love and rank them. This is episode number 60. We're your hosts. I'm Steve,
I'm Dan.
And I'm Don.
and this week's episode is our 24th League episode. The entry is Resident Evil 4, brought to us from Altered Beast 88 on the Discord. So get ready to upload data from us to you. But first, let's set the mood. In the darkness of your room, you push forward, not quite knowing what awaits you behind the next door. Monsters, zombies, corrupted animals. Your heart is pounding faster than it has ever before. You can't see much with the dark night sky covering up everything, but you can hear the eeriness. In Resident Evil 4, the most unsettling thing isn't just the grotesque mutations or the eerie chanting of the villagers. It's the way the world feels. Almost normal, like a memory twisted out of shape. The villagers move with purpose, whispering in a language you can't quite understand. Their eyes hollow but aware, as if something ancient and hateful is puppeteering their bodies. Every corner of the village seems to breathe. Every shadow feels like it's watching you. And the moment you start to think you're safe, a slow, wet sound echoes behind you, reminding you that in this place, you are never safe. Unless you're with the merchant. Then the only question is, what are you buying?
No thanks, bro.
Your right hand comes off?
Leon with those one-liners. He's such a badass in this game.
So hokey, but we love it.
Such a leap compared to compared to the PlayStation roots.
Yeah.
Dude, this was the game that got me into Resident Evil. I played a little bit of 2 and a little bit of the first one when I was younger before this one had come out, but this one put it on the map for me.
Yeah, same with a lot of people actually. I think this actually pioneered the over-the-shoulder camera too for a lot of the games today.
What I think because of the camera, even though it technically has tank controls, I think it feels like it doesn't because the camera's following you.
It's a lot easier to maneuver when like you said, when the camera's following you. It's like your controls never get switched up because
Yeah.
of the different scene changing and stuff like that. I mean, your controls don't switch, but in your head, it feels like it switches because of the camera angles and the scene changes.
Yeah.
For as long as there have been modern consoles, there has been Resident Evil 4. 12 remakes, or 12 remasters since its original publication on the Gamecube.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's
I mean,
the
I'm not
most
complaining.
remade game of all time.
I'm
Next
not
to
complaining.
Tetris.
I mean, maybe it's the most remade, but it's definitely the most remade in modern history. Actually, one of the newest games we have here in this league. I think it just barely made it into the cut by months.
Yeah, squeezed
Something
in
like that.
there.
This is one of those games that it's hard to believe that it came out on the hardware that it did. I feel like every hardware has this, right? But this game came out on the GameCube and PS2, and they were the same systems that brought you Dark Cloud. Like, think about Dark Cloud. And that game is, like, in my opinion, barely a cut above a PlayStation 1 game, visually and, like,
Well,
the way
to
it
be
plays
fair,
mechanically.
It was like
And
one of the
right.
first.
To be
Right.
fair, it was like one of the original release
Yeah,
games on the
right.
PS2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and my point is that with late releases, like, you could really start to see the mastery of the system, of the hardware.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you consider Final Fantasy X is quite an expansive game with a lot of cutscenes, a lot of a lot of stuff in it. So it's not too far fetched to believe that Resident Evil 4 would also be on that console.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. But before we get into all that, I have some announcements for you guys. And for you, dear listener. So the first of which is we're coming up on the end of our league. We've got all games in. We'll be announcing the last game tonight. Then after that, we're going to have about a month's worth of voting. So we'll distribute the survey in all places we can. If you're a league participant, we encourage you to share it with whoever. We don't care how many votes come into this thing. And you can tell them to vote for your game. Don't worry for everyone else. Everyone will be forced to vote for 2 games in each cup. So even if there is a little bit of nepotism going on and popularity contest, the votes will still come in for other games. So that'll be how we tally it. So look out for that in the upcoming weeks. My other announcement, which I'm pretty excited about, is that next year we're going to kind of change our tune and see how it works out for us. We're going to move over to indie games. I think we did a survey on our Discord to see the general interest. Seems like most people are aligned with that. I think that the pool there is shallow in terms of people covering a vast array of indie games, and I think that there's always something new to play, and I think that indie games are, love songs to retro games in a lot of cases, and it'll be fun to do some of that. So catch that next year. Every couple of weeks we'll talk about an indie game. More announcements to come on that.
Yeah, bring us something good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's it for my announcements. I'll kick it over to Dan for our questions of the week.
Questions. We got 2. First question I'm going to start off with is, if you could accelerate an upcoming video game's release date to before year end, what would it be?
Mine would be the DLC for Sea of Stars. I think it was supposed to come out this year, but it's supposed to be early next year. But I would accelerate it.
Maybe we'll get it on the podcast.
I was going to say, like, that's when we could play it.
Well, we are going to dedicate the first few episodes to backlog, so maybe we will get it. I might force you guys into playing it when it's my turn.
I feel that way too with like backlogs. Like there's some games I want you guys to play too. So it's like I don't know if I want to play my backlog specifically. I kind of want you guys to play games that I've played.
Oh, it'll be your choice.
Yeah. What about you, Steve?
It's got to be a game that was supposed to come out this year and is not coming out this year. So I've been waiting for Slay the Spire 2 for it feels like over a year now, but that's the one. I've been recently playing more Slay the Spire, watching a lot of Baylor Lord and Jorbs, and playing myself. And I'm really excited for the new game.
We're going to be kind of disappointed if it's not as good as the old game. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I still play the crap out of the old game.
Yeah, I'll just go back and play the old game. It's fine.
Yeah.
I guess so. It'll be a little disappointing.
I'm sure it'll be good in its own way. Like, I think it's going to be similar, and I think there's going to be a lot of new enemy patterns and all kinds of new stuff, new relics. I think it's going to be perfectly fine. I'm not worried.
Isn't the mod scene crazy for Slay the Spire too?
Well, it's just one of those games that you could put, like, the sky's the limit, which is why I think the second game is still going to be great. Like, they balanced the first game so well that I have a hard time believing that they're going to fumble on the second one, especially pushing it back like they have.
Yeah, hopefully they're making some last minute decisions to shore stuff up. That's really what I'm hoping. But they had the first game wasn't that balanced when it first came out. They've released a lot of patches over the years to
which is the great thing about it being
a
online game. It's like they can patch it whenever, they can adjust things on new player data and everything. It's like, back when we played retro games, they release a game, it's that way until they release a new version of it.
Yeah,
pretty much. Dan, what do you got?
All right, so I don't really think I have a game like this year I'm looking forward to, but like next year I'm actually really looking forward to it's actually kind of in vein with today's episode, is Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
You would accelerate that to come out this year.
Yes, exactly. If I could play it tomorrow, that'd be great.
That's what this is.
So what's great about this one is it's kind of taking like the new like with the first person, aspect of like the like 7 and 8, but it's going to have like a toggle camera where you can toggle between first person and over the shoulder camera, so you can play whatever which way you want. And the great part about this is it takes place in the destroyed Raccoon City from the second game, which
Cool.
I'm excited for that.
I've seen the like first, what is it, like first hour or so of gameplay where your character's like in the house and you're running from what looks like this game's version of a Gigante.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked at the trailers or whatnot yet, but I think Chris is actually going to be in it and Leon's going to be in it. So I've heard. So
Cash cows that keep on giving.
I just love the OG characters, man. Like I know when they released like 7 and you came out with like Ethan Winters, I was just like, I want my Leon, I want my Chris, I want my Claire, I want my Jill.
I think Ethan's pretty awesome in his own right, though.
Dude, he gets messed up like in the games that he's in. Like he gets his arms ripped off, fingers bitten off. It's like, oh,
yeah, but you get the magic potions. You put that stuff right back.
You just
on.
dump it on you, and it's like, all better.
It's great.
No, I say it's trauma. What is that operating game? Trauma Center.
Yeah, the
antibiotic
magic
ointment.
dust.
It just does everything.
Potions, man. Phoenix down.
Hell yeah.
Which is why it's ridiculous whenever you get a game over on an RPG when the main character dies. There's a couple of them, and it's ridiculous. We got Phoenix Downs.
I know, right? Well, maybe they get KO'd, They're not actually dead. Who knows? All right, some community answers. Danko Misty. Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave. You guys know anything about that? You guys are Fire Emblem. Oh, I know Dawn kind of is.
I'm an old Fire Emblem fan. I go up to like Awakening, and I haven't played Three Houses, but Three Houses looks like one of the modern ones that I would most likely play. I tried to play the newest one on Switch. What is it? Engage. And I just feel like it's a series that has really lent itself to just becoming a house of fan service. Like, and it's not really, they don't really have story anymore. They just a whole lot of weird dating sim stuff. It's fluffed. It's fluffed.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say about it. And I don't appreciate how fluffed it is compared to the old games. So
yeah, hopefully it's good for the people who want it to come out.
Yeah,
I'm glad that it'll make Danko Misty happy.
Yeah, because we like Danko Misty.
Yeah, I genuinely feel happy for her that she's happy about it.
All right, Lo Baka. The Mermaid Mask was supposed to come out last year, I think. Wait, last year?
Yeah, it could be last year.
Because it's still in development.
It's a point-and-click mystery game. That actually checks out. I feel like Lo Baka could school us on some in-depth point-and-click games.
He sure does look point-and-clicks. He brought us StarCraft, so...
Yeah.
That's not point-and-click.
Oh, yes, it is.
You point your cursor and you click.
Yeah, a bunch.
What a gross misrepresentation.
Isn't that like point and click? Isn't that like Myst? Like that kind of game? Yeah.
I was just being silly, okay.
Yeah, it's like, the Carmen Sandiego games back in the day.
I box my units and I click on things, okay?
A lot. My APM's in the 500s, bro.
It's a lot of clicking.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. 500. That's like pro level. All right. Hawks, he gives us, I'd want the PC port of Ghost of Yotai to be accelerated to this year. I haven't even played the first one. I hear so much good things about this series.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, right?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll play that on one of the backlog games. I don't know.
But I actually have games that I would play on the backlog, like Sekiro I'd like to play, Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotai, Elden Ring I haven't played yet.
That's a real good one.
I've beaten all the Souls games except Demon's Souls, so I'd like to play Sekiro. I haven't played it, and then Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring's up really high. I don't know if it ranks higher than Dark Souls 1 for me, but it's up there. That game is so massive. The map is huge. But I had fun the whole way through. I couldn't put it down. JMO. Duskbloods, Night Rain was fun, but I'm eager for a Switch 2 exclusive that makes people jealous.
Yeah, me too.
That's isn't that like?
It's also an ARPG from software, so it's probably
Night Rain. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's like an Elden Ring type of game, right?
I was saying that I wanted a Switch 2 exclusive. I don't know about Night Rain.
Night Rain. Give me one sec here. Yeah, it is.
to 8 players.
Yeah, it's basically a multiplayer version of Elden Ring.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's get it.
Yeah, we should all play that. It'd be fun. Play some of those ridiculous bosses that, the Soul games tend to have. All right. Then we have Lady Lishi. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight.
I like the Lego games. They're fun.
I loved the Lego Star Wars game back in the day. My
Yeah,
little
dude.
brother and I used to play the crap out of that.
Dude,
Like-
Lego Harry Potter is also really fun.
I mean, it's just like a nice, reasonably challenging beat 'em up. Go like collect all the stuff.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know.
cozy co-op game.
Yeah, cozy. Cozy's a good way to put it. With nerdy flavor.
Yeah.
Lego is wild. Like that is got to be like the most licensed IP out there ever. Like what other toy under the same roof can you get like Pokemon, Mario, Sonic, Marvel, and DC like all in the same toy line and playing together?
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't
Insane.
happen. And that's Lego. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and Star Wars. They have all kinds of cool ships you can build and all that.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, that's all I had for that question. The second question is just going to be the three of us. And if any of you guys want to, comment or whatever, but it's going to be, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Halloween specific candy or any candy that I like getting on Halloween?
Yeah, it's Halloween, man. It's got to be the Halloween candy.
What's a Halloween candy?
So it's got to be like cheap from a big name company that you would find in a Halloween jar. So like Lindt chocolates, probably not, right? But
Oh,
like,
that was going to be my answer. No,
but
I'm
I'd
just kidding.
say Hershey bar is in play.
Okay, Snickers.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's got everything. It's got caramel, nuts, nougat, and chocolate. It's got everything.
I'm going to say Reese's Cups.
Yeah.
So good. I love them.
Tell you, it's not freaking candy corn. I hate candy corn. It's
Ugh.
so disgusting.
It's like you're eating plastic almost.
Dude, every time I watch A Bug's
wax.
Life, I just get such a like when those flies are eating on that giant candy corn.
Yeah.
It was gross when I was a kid. It's worse now. I don't know. It is like wax.
I somewhat liked it when I was a little kid, but like I grew out of it fast. Like Peeps. Like Peeps are nasty.
Peeps are garbage. It's just a marshmallow.
It's just
And not even a good marshmallow.
coated in sugar. Like, no thanks.
You know what else I don't like? Speaking of holidays, I can't stand eggnog. It's right there
Oh,
with
yeah.
candy corn. I think it's the nastiest
dude,
thing.
I love eggnog.
That's drinkable mayonnaise.
Oh.
Is so disgusting.
It's so good. My whole family loves it. I don't know any
Drinkable mayonnaise.
I don't know anybody outside of my family that actually likes it.
Really? I feel like I'm in the minority, but I could
No,
be wrong.
you're not, dude. Like I can't find anybody outside of my family who likes eggnog.
I'll sip on it a little bit, but I don't drink a ton of it. So
Dude,
I
that
try
first-
it every year to see if this is the year, but I still
the
hate it every
hoods,
year.
the Hood's golden eggnog, top tier. So good.
Gross.
I think the one that I drank a little bit of was the spiced eggnog.
I take that first sip and I almost slink to the floor because of how good it is.
He's like, oh.
I think, and I think of like dots when I think of Halloween candy too. I feel like they've always been stale. They've been stale for years. Like just the way it is. But I think my favorite Halloween candy is probably Crunch Bars. I've always loved Crunch Bars.
They're
Yeah.
alright, yeah. I really like Nerds just because I like a little bit of sour.
Yeah, Nerds are good too.
Yeah, I like Nerds.
Smarties are awful. They've always been awful.
Yeah.
It's like chalk.
You don't really
chalk.
see this in like Halloween candy, but like I love a good fast break. I mean, sometimes you'll see it once in a great while in one of those
that's like
Halloween bowls, but you
That's
don't
like
see
gas station candy.
it. Yeah,
That's not Halloween candy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love me a fast break.
I will throw down some peanut M&Ms. Yeah, I can eat peanut M&Ms like constantly.
I used to agree with you, and then peanut butter M&Ms came out, and I was like, yeah, this is the way.
Well, it is, but they don't really have them for Halloween candy. Hardly ever.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. They don't. Peanut M&Ms, I feel, were always superior to regular.
Yeah, we'll
M&Ms.
buy the big bag of them and put them in like a candy jar, and I'll just sit there and eat them for 10 minutes straight.
It's got protein. It's good for you.
And then he
Yeah.
doesn't want dinner after.
But
I'm not really hungry anymore. I don't know why.
He goes, I'm in the middle eating my pad thai. His M&Ms. It
In
usually
sweet
comes
chili
with a peanut
sauce.
sauce.
Well, that got me in the mood to talk about a spooky game. How about you guys?
Let's get in there.
Resident Evil 4 is boy becomes a cop. Boy survives a zombie apocalypse. Boy becomes a government agent. Boy goes to Spain. Boy finds himself in another zombie apocalypse. Boy meets girl. Boy kills zombies.
GG. Good episode.
It's a Resident Evil game. So it's, what you would expect, but definitely ushered into the modern era. We talked a little bit about in the beginning of this episode how it really brought Resident Evil into the forefront for a lot of people. I think that's true. Things might be one of the most popular games ever made, let alone, how often it's been remade as a testament. Just such confidence that this game will sell on system after system after system. And now it has a
People always
remake
want to
today.
play it.
Yeah, it's good. It's got a great main character, Leon Scott Kennedy, and he is trying to rescue the president's daughter, and I think he's in Spain.
Spain,
Yes.
yep.
Okay. For some reason, I always interpreted this. It could just be the dilapidation of the village, but I feel like I always interpreted this as somewhere vaguely South America because of the because I've been to Spain and I don't know where in Spain he is.
This is in the woods, man.
Yeah. He's in
I
the
guess so.
sticks.
But yeah, so there's Spanish zombies. Specifically, I think they're the dialect they speak is Castellan.
I have no idea.
I think they like to call you a cabron, which is a male a male goat or a cuck.
What? I mean, he is a goat. Like Leon, like come on now. He's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to interpretation what you feel they're calling Leon. I think goat is a perfectly acceptable answer too. And yeah, you make your way through survival horror in Spain, and you there's a little bit more ammo this time. This game has what I like to call the Stephen King's it factor, where I think it starts in the beginning and it's trying to scare you. And then it goes on for so long that it becomes more like an epic adventure. And I think it was a tone shift for the series overall. So I'll kick it off to you guys. Do you guys feel the same?
I feel like there's a couple like tone shifts within the game itself. Like obviously you got like the village part, which I feel like was kind of scary in like some aspects, but like I feel like the scariest parts in the game were definitely inside the castle, which was like the middle part of the game. And then you got like the island, which is just basically like action. Because now you get like
Rambo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, the chainsaw guy definitely scared, I feel like, us in middle school the first time. Like nothing quite like when you get beheaded and insta-killed from that guy touching you to put you on your toes. And
absolutely.
And
the,
like
the twin chainsaw sisters, that one when I was a sophomore when the game came out, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Because it's like dark and raining, and they've got all these other Illuminados villagers and everything, and then they get the two chainsaw sisters running around, and it's pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean, like especially like what an introduction like to the game. Like when you first start, like when you're in that village and you got all these like ganados going after you, which is like the zombie equivalent. And then you get like the chainsaw guy, and you're like literally running around like a chicken with your head cut off because it's like you're still learning the game and stuff, and it's basically like welcome to Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, that opening
the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening sequence does not mess around, honestly, for an intro level. Like you're given basically nothing. And I mean, you can get good at it once you learn where stuff is. I think there's a shotgun you can pick up early, but that's only if you know where it is. Like if it's your first time playing this game, you can definitely not pick that up.
Yeah.
Like it's feasible. So you have your handgun, whatever bullets you have, and you can scrounge up, and you have a knife. And I think that's like it, basically. And you get swarmed by more zombies than you can kill. And you have to like play defense. And then the chainsaw guy comes through and you have to really play defense.
Yeah.
So you have to kill like 14 enemies to finish that sequence.
Yeah. And I didn't know this, but like in the 2005 version, like you can actually not spawn the chainsaw guy. He has like 2 spawn points where if you're heading towards the farm or if you go in the building with the shotgun. If you don't go in those two areas, he actually doesn't spawn. And I didn't know that. But like as a first time player, you're running away from everything. So you're probably going into every building. Like this game also introduced barricading doors and stuff.
doors,
yeah. So and
pushing
like
the bookshelf in the way, or in the remake they have boards you can put on the wall on the windows, but I don't
yeah.
remember it being in the original game.
No, it's not. But it's like one instance of like, you know, going through this game for the first time, especially as a kid. It's like, you know, you push the drawer in front of the door and you're like, okay, I'm safe for at least a little bit. So you run upstairs. And then all of a sudden you hear like a window crash and like, you know, the ladder come up and then they're climbing up on the ladder onto the second floor. You're like, oh my God.
And I'm just sitting here knifing them as they come out.
But it also sets a tone that these zombies are smarter than previous games, because the zombies in previous games do not do stuff like that unless they're special ones. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, like I'm thinking of like the Nemesis ones that are smart enough to use things like rocket launchers.
Yeah, it made you feel that you're not truly safe no matter where you go. Like they're just smart enough to find a way to get to you. So like you always have to be moving in one way or another.
Well, in the opening, he kills the, like, you're with two cops in the opening, two like local police who are ferrying Leon around. And I, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that one of those cops gets killed with like a pitchfork, right?
The one gets killed in the building with the hunter, and then the second one gets captured and put on the stake and burned in front of you.
Yeah, so it's pretty obvious. It doesn't. It seems weird at first because you're like, well, what's going on? Isn't this a zombie game? And all these people seem like coherent, right? And they're just attacking you. So it's not obvious that there's zombies in the beginning of the game, I feel, unless you've played it before or you knew someone who played it and they spoiled it for you.
Right. Like you knew something was going on, but you obviously you didn't know what. You know, you felt like these villages were off in some way.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is that, you do feel like it's different, but you don't find that out until, maybe a couple hours into the game when you finally start seeing heads explode and then the Plagas are there and they get the blade and it's swinging it around and you're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Well, and there's also like the various documents too. That
Yeah.
Especially the ones that Luis lays around, like you start reading them and he like basically tells you like how they became to be and stuff like that. Luis you meet like not that long after. I think it's like at the end of the first chapter or the second chapter that you actually end up rescuing Luis only to be captured again. He was a scientist and he basically helped usher along the last Plagas and whatnot, and he wanted to make right of the world basically because he's like, I know what I did was wrong and I want to try and reverse this in some way. So what I'm trying to get at is like he left a bunch of documents throughout the game that you can read that tells you like everything you need to know about him.
There's a couple of things that are pretty interesting too about the story that have changed this time. One is this is the first time in the series Umbrella is not responsible for the central plot line. It's like a whole different organization. And then the other was what you said about Las Plagas. So this is not a virus. This is a parasite. And it's like got this. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Las Plagas as a whole?
I
don't
think it's
mind
really
it.
cool.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's
I think
different.
it's cooler than T-Virus.
I actually would second Steve's vote, and I think it's the coolest form of the Resident Evil zombies. Personally, I thought Ouroboros was trash in the fifth game.
Yeah. I think it's a tie for me with like T-Virus and the Las Plagas. But like, yeah, I agree. Anything after that's kind of like, not so
like
much.
The whole idea of like Las Plagas is not only it makes the enemies like they're being controlled by someone you learn later on, Osmond Sadler. Not only are they being like controlled, but they're still smarter than T-Virus zombies. They're more dangerous than T-Virus zombies, but they're not like infectious that way. You have to be like basically injected with the parasite. But the thing that's scary about it is that they take over the host in a way that like it's a lot more nerve-wracking than just zombies.
And have you seen MIB? Have you seen the MIB movie when the giant cockroach wears the guy's skin? That's kind of what's going on here for those of you that haven't played this game. Again, this is another game that if you haven't played it, I don't know why you're listening, but I'm glad you are. But yeah, they kind of got like a skin bag situation going on with these parasites.
Well, they have like these huge grotesque mutations. The bigger bosses of the game, they're not just like the host is completely under control of their body in a way that's like still really scary, because these enemies aren't slow either. Like zombies are slow, these are not. And then they change into these huge grotesque monsters like Gigante or Mendez or Salazar, Sadler, all of these huge monstrosities. It's a lot scarier than the general like, zombies. I mean, I know you got like Lickers and
Yeah, I mean,
Nemesis and but
there's various T virus bosses too that like have giant forms and whatnot. But yeah, I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
no,
3 was the first time. Resident Evil 3 was the first time we saw like a giant boss. I think.
Mr. X in the second one, right? But that's only
Well,
in the
no,
remake.
no, I mean like whole room size boss.
Oh, I
I
don't
think so.
remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty big. I think
And
I know what
then
boss you're talking about. Like the final boss is pretty. It's like a huge mouth thing, or yeah,
yeah, but this one, I think of like the Salazar fight in the middle. He's like this little Napoleon guy that and it's like probably the biggest Resident Evil boss to date, I think. And like I'm thinking about the one on the lake. What was that one called?
Del Lago.
Yeah, huge, right?
yeah,
Like the fights in this game are enormous scale.
right.
Harnessing that Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like the first time you fight a Gigante, it's so intimidating. Like
Yeah,
the way that they do it cinematically, and then later on you're expected to fight 2 at the same time, and you're like, oh geez. Like, you kind of remember fighting because I think you fight a couple of Gigante leading up to that moment. There's one
yeah.
in like the Boulder Pass, I think.
Yeah, so it's funny because it's like obviously you got the scripted one in the beginning that you have to fight, and then a little bit after that, there's a path that divides, and there's a document that you can read before you go to the paths that divide. One path has just a bunch of Ganados, and then the other path has it tells you that there's two Gigantes. So a lot of people are probably like, well, I don't want to fight. I fought one. I don't know if I want to fight two at the same time. So I'm going to take the horde of Ganados. What's funny though is like you can go in one path, completely obliterate that path, come back and go to the other one. That's what I did in this playthrough.
Coming back for some more.
I was Armageddon.
Leon is quite the marksman.
Yeah, he is. He's the badass for sure.
So on tone shifts in this game, like there's three main areas of the game, and I was curious which ones are you guys' favorite. So for listeners who haven't played, the first area is the village, and most of that takes place during the day. Near the end, it starts becoming nighttime, but it's what you would think, just like almost like a medieval village with a church and a lake. And then the middle portion of the game, you have the castle, which is very like Victorian era, like big giant castle slash mansion, and it's got different style enemies in there. And then the final area is the island, and it's more of like a high tech like laboratory style place with like military equipment and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, and all the enemies start using guns and whatnot. Pretty, or like but taser batons too.
Yeah,
It doesn't
my
really
favorite's
feel out
the
of place
castle.
though because the enemies use tools the whole time.
Yeah,
So
Right.
it doesn't feel out of place.
no, it doesn't.
I think the castle's the coolest.
I like the village a lot. I think because it sets the tone for the game.
You know what I've noticed going through
Castle's
this
really cool
game
though.
is I never really kind of noticed it, but like the village is definitely like the introduction to the game, and it's definitely the easiest because I've noticed that like you can kill like a bunch of farm animals for like eggs, you can kill snakes for eggs, you can kill fish. So all these are heal items that you can get, and there's plentiful of them like all around like the village area. As soon as you hit the castle, all of that disappears. It's all gone.
Better save your eggs.
So now you're basically you got your herbs, and then you got your first aid sprays.
Los
And
huevos.
but I don't know why I just never thought of that
Huevos.
before.
Pollo huevos.
But that's definitely a tone shift too, or it's like okay, things are getting serious. I got way less healing items that I have at my disposal, and then now they got like the rocking shields and maces and screaming Mothanos at me.
Yeah, they're using medieval weapons at that point.
big huge scythes and
Oh yeah,
Yep.
or
the
the living
shields.
armors, dude. Like
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me is like the first time you blow up a head in the castle, and it's not just the scythe, it's like the whole like bug head. There's like the
Yeah.
whole Lost Palate. You see like, and it's disproportionate to the body. There's a
It
little bit of a
reminds me of
density problem going on here.
almost like
But
a Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
yeah, but it can
Like
like
it opens up to eat you.
so
Yeah.
it can like insta kill you the way that a chainsaw guy does. And the first time it happens to you, you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, but if you're paying attention, you learn that flash grenades are awesome against
Yeah.
those enemies.
Yep. One shot.
Yeah, it just blows them up. So
Yeah,
you kind
they
of
don't
save
like
those for
light.
the right time.
Because actually the Plagas were buried deep underground under the castle by multiple generations of the Salazar family for centuries, and then he was just the crazy MF that dug them back up for Sadler, and they don't like the light, so they don't like. You notice that they start coming out at night when you shoot heads, but during the day they don't. So
Oh yeah, I've never noticed that. That's kind of a cool detail there.
And the maybe I missed it, but how does Sadler maintain control over the Plagas? Because my understanding is Salazar only agreed to let them out because he had a means of controlling.
So there's a special kind of Plagas, and you learn about it on the island. And I think that's what they inject in Ashley, the president's daughter, and that's what they inject in you because they can control you, but you also can control as well. And so they want to give Ashley this special kind of Plagas so that she can go back to the United States and obviously do some kind of a covert takeover.
Yeah,
So
they're
if
that
there's
smart.
right, inject the president with Plagas and whatever it is that you do Sadler's bidding. But Sadler is like he has the like epitome of control on everything with the symbiote that he has.
Yeah, he's like the queen,
Yeah, and he
basically.
can like immobilize others, like because there's a part where you try and shoot at him and he freezes your body because you still have the Plagas inside of you. So he has like ultimate control over a fairly well developed symbiote inside someone.
Right. And he also brings Ashley towards him too. However he controls, like Ashley just starts like nonchalantly walking towards him, and then Leon's like, "What are you doing? Stop!" And then also he freezes Leon so he can't interfere, and you lose Ashley so many times in this game.
I do have to say though, this is probably the greatest escort game I've ever played. I don't like escort missions, but this game does it so well that
Yeah, well, reason why I feel like it's done so well is because she's with you for a decent amount, but there's also parts of the game where she's not with you, and it's like a lot of it.
She also doesn't walk places on her own for the most part. Like she's more like a Tails in a Sonic game than she is like a. I don't know, I'm trying to think of a notable escort comparison. There really isn't one because they suck and nobody likes them, so they don't remember them for good reasons. But
I'm not saying,
she sticks to you, you know.
yeah, I'm not saying she's my favorite because I think Shovel blows her out of the water, but like it's not bad for what what you were handed to.
Well, Sheva's actually a partner.
in
Sheva
the
actually
fight she
attacks.
shoots,
Yeah,
Yeah. Occasionally
and you
she'll
don't
kill something for you and you're like, yeah.
and you don't have to like constantly save her from getting picked up. You know what I mean?
but yeah,
She really
dude.
is Tails.
When there was like a dumpster I could throw her in, I was like, yes, stay in
Yeah,
there.
stay there. Well, the game does a good job at pacing stuff like that out, though. Like, it's not straight escort where she's in the open all the time. It does a good job at giving you places to hide her when situations are going to be dicey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and can't you like increase her health too?
But yeah, just like Leon, like there's a progression system. Yeah, like actually, I was gonna say there's a progression system with your health, but like basically the whole game, really, like with the the guns, your health, you eventually get like tactical armor.
Is that starting in Resident Evil 4? Upgrading and modifying guns? Because that was not in the second one.
No, I mean, very little, I guess you could say. There wasn't no like, oh, you can up the attack on this or like the ammo capacity. Like there was stuff you could bind for certain guns, but like that was it. It stopped at that. This you can like literally through the merchant, you can upgrade firepower, you can upgrade like the capacity, like reloading speed.
Stranger.
Yeah, he's the MVP of this game.
Yeah.
Want to talk
One of
about
the
goats? The merchant.
Well, I think this game did such a good job at rewarding you for exploration because of all the treasures you can get, and the money that you make is actually worth something because you can upgrade weapons. And there's upgrades of weapons. So like there's the first shotgun, and then there's the riot gun, and then there's the striker. And they're all different, but generally you would say, if you want a long range shotgun, you'd pick the riot gun, but if you wanted a spread shotgun, you'd pick the striker. And like there's a lot
Riot
of
gun is my
options.
favorite.
I
So
love
good.
the riot gun, dude.
Yeah,
But
I'm a riot gun enjoyer.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
I don't do
So,
none of that sniper rifle nonsense.
oh, dude, I love the Stingray.
Sometimes depends.
I literally
But
had one of every weapon just because I think there's 5 different types of ammo, so I made sure I had one of every gun. Oh, there might be 5 or 6. There's like, you got what? You got pistol, you got shotgun, you got sniper,
TMP.
TMP, and Magnum. I think those are the
Yeah.
5.
mainstay Magnum ammo.
I don't use the TMP unless it's like the Chicago typewriter, which has like infinite ammo, right?
Yeah, but like I don't know,
But
it's just you shoot it a couple times at the knees, and like I don't know. Like, I mean, I actually don't think it's all that bad.
I mean,
But
infinite ammo to shoot at knees and get that action command off is that has merit.
all I'm saying, I mean, I can't. I have beaten the remake, but it's been a while, so I don't remember. I don't know if you were to use all weapon types, if you would have like any type of ammo problem.
well, I think about the remake is that the ammo is so scarce comparatively. Like in the original, you have no problem just picking enough shotgun ammo up to kill everything. In this,
Yeah.
it's like they never want you to have shotgun ammo, and large resources are used to craft like sniper rifle and magnum ammo and TMP ammo, but small resources are used to craft handgun ammo and shotgun ammo. And there's way more large resources than small resources in the game, so they just don't want you to have shotgun ammo.
Right. Oh yeah, that was like a remake exclusive, like the
Yeah,
resource thing.
but in the original game, dude, I could just beat the game with a riot gun because there's so much ammo.
Yeah.
I mean, shotguns are good in a zombie apocalypse. It's all about that crowd control.
Well, if you want crowd control, the striker is better at that. But the riot gun is so powerful and shoots at a long range, so you can shoot bosses from far away, and it does a ton of damage.
Yeah.
I love the riot gun, but
I
the
feel
striker's
like-
better for crowd control.
I feel like the shotgun in general is a tad bit overpowered. I feel like it knocks everything over. Like
yeah, it lets you get away.
like
if
you
you're
got the chainsaw guy, sit down, boom.
and then you get some distance on them and you start getting them.
Yeah, but it's just like
Shut up.
you're never like in a dangerous spot when you have the shotgun, because it's like anything that gets remotely close to you, just blow them back 5 feet on their ass.
A whole crowd of them usually.
Yeah, I know.
That's how shotgun works.
I understand, but it's overpowered as hell. Like the shotgun is so strong.
If you're good at it, the rifle is insane because you get critical hit damage, like on bosses.
Yeah,
I have a little Easter egg.
Yeah, actually, I do remember that. Yeah.
If you throw a golden egg and hit Salazar in the face, it does 70% of his damage.
Really?
His HP.
I wonder why. That's kind of funny.
Because it's like, what's that? The old adage, like you have egg on your face.
Egg on your face, yeah.
Yeah.
Golden.
But it has to be golden egg. But there's 2 in the
Quavo.
game. There's a golden egg in the village, and then there's a golden egg in the castle. And if you have both of them, you can just throw 2 eggs at him and kill him.
That's great.
But you have to hit him in the face.
Egged.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I never knew that.
The game has a lot of secrets in it, like that, which is kind of neat. I think, but I don't think that's new to Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil's always had the New Game Plus mechanic too, because even the second game has New Game Plus, or at least some versions of it do.
Yeah.
So like you can kind of go through the game cyclically and just get progressively more powerful and progressively more wasteful with your ammo. Bosses that used to be threatening now run from you. Just the hunter becomes the hunted kind of thing.
Yeah, well, after New Game Plus, for like 2 million pesetas, you can buy a infinite rocket launcher.
Yeah, I think it's 1 million. Yeah.
But in the remake, it's 2. I couldn't remember.
Oh yeah, it's 1 million in the original. But did you guys know? I didn't know this, but they have an adaptive difficulty built into the game, even in the 2005 version, where it's like depending on how you play, the game either gets easier or harder. So like
if you suck, it gets easier?
Exactly. So like if you're missing shots, if you're dying, the game like will auto adapt to your play style. And like enemies will take more hits and stuff. If you're always landing headshots, you're not taking damage of the sort. This was built into the game. So remember when I was telling you guys, like when I was playing the original, and I was like, oh, I don't remember this game being that easy, like because I was just like blowing through it. But then I think at the end of the game, I got like 34 deaths, and yeah, it's just like the game actually got harder on me, and I didn't even realize it.
So wait, do you have that in writing somewhere, or did you just come to
Yeah,
that conclusion yourself?
no, it's actually in the game. When I was looking at things about it, and that came up, and I was like, holy, I did not even realize that was the thing.
Master of the craft, man, telling you.
So
So who do
like
you guys think is the MVP? Like of all the NPCs in the game,
the merchant, obviously.
you think it's a merchant?
Oh yeah, stranger.
What about you, Don?
Uh, I mean,
You got Ada, you got the merchant, you got Luis.
So I don't think the merchant is the same guy every time, because you can
You
kill
don't
him in
think-
one zone and he doesn't come back, and then he's another guy in the next one.
He just
doesn't
lays
seem to
down for a
remember
bit.
you ever. You know,
He's just taking a nap.
He's just taking a
take little
dirt nap.
nappy, dad make daddy happy.
yeah, but no matter how many times you go back there, he's not there anymore, and he always calls you stranger. So I don't think he really remembers you. So I think he could be a different guy every time. So I got to say Ada.
That's fair.
Ada's pretty
guess.
strong. That's a pretty strong guess.
I mean, it's not Ashley.
I like Mike.
Oh yeah, the guy in the helicopter. Dude.
He's like, oh, buy the beers.
Yeah. Dude, he does so much damage at that part of the game.
Yeah.
Like
Mike's
it makes
the MVP, man.
it makes your like head scratch to think if Leon might not have actually got through that part without the help of Mike.
He wouldn't.
Maybe Leon's gotten through everything else.
Yeah.
Part
but
of the
yeah,
story.
there's a lot of stuff that he killed and stuff. You're just like, wow.
Blowing everything up and
Yeah.
shooting his like huge machine gun off of his helicopter.
Yeah.
You think they send more than just one helicopter? That's kind of crazy to me.
For the president's daughter, you know.
I know.
You'd think they'd send more than one guy.
I think
he's just supposed to be investigating, right?
Are you telling me that like SEAL Team 6 wouldn't come in and roll that whole village?
I know, right?
Like,
I think the description that they gave though is like they wanted to try to keep it under wraps. Like nobody knew that like the Ashley was actually taken. So I'm not saying it's justified only sending one guy, but like
I feel like they could have found 20 more Leons and rolled this place.
I don't know about that. Leon's a beast.
I mean, giving him some equipment too. Imagine, like,
yeah, just a handgun.
Yeah, they gave him a handgun and a knife. Like, imagine
That's
they
all
sent
he
20
needs.
guys in there, you know, armed with good weapons and grenades and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what kind of weaponry they take with them, but you know, night vision goggles, sniper rifles, you know, like the whole nine. These guys would.
You know what I found kind of funny too? It's like kind of a slap to the face to like the last Plagueis. Like Sadler has like a document saying like, oh, our plans basically at hand. Like we got the president's daughter. We're gonna send her back, and we're gonna basically take over the United States. All the United States did was like send like this one dude and just completely took care of everything.
Congressional budgets,
fair,
man, you know.
It's also Luis and Ada and I mean,
well, yeah. To be fair, there was multiple times in the game Leon could have died but didn't. Like there was
it's the person that's talking to you too. What is it?
Hunnigan.
Hunnigan. They're paying her too. You know, she's on the payroll. She's on the up and up.
Well, there was a part where Leon's talking to Hunnigan, where Mendena is basically choking him out, but then he sees like the red in his eyes, and then he lets go because he realizes that Leon's one of them, or is gonna eventually be one of them, and he tells Hunnigan like, "Oh, he could have just easily killed me right there, but he chose not to. I'm not sure why he didn't."
Cheese.
But like, so even though like Leon is the GOAT, I would say there was like 3 or 4 times like he would have died if he didn't get bailed out.
He passes out in the island. Him and Luis get captured. Del Lago almost takes him out with the rope. You got to cut it. Like, it's some close calls.
Like Ada saves him a couple times too.
Like, yeah, in the Chief Mendez's house, he's like got you pretty much cornered, and she shoots him through the window.
Yeah, I think he's got you on another like chokehold, and I think he was actually going to kill you that time. And obviously,
this guy's a liability.
Ada like saves you. She gives you the rocket launcher too at the end to kill Sadler. So
Yeah.
that is pretty MVP, but Sadler's pretty underwhelming as a final boss, I'll be honest.
He's actually cooler in the remake, in my opinion.
I first tried him when I beat him the first time. I was like, oh, that's it, huh? I think the boss that I struggled most with, and I didn't play very well, I guess, because I did not find this game to be that hard originally, save for a couple spots. The boss that's like the centaur bug man thing. What's his name?
Mendez?
No, he's
Centaur
the one
boss?
later. He has
is
like
he in the island?
Yeah, he has like a bug body and like a man torso. You fight. I feel like you fight him in like a waterfall
Yeah,
area.
he's almost like half scorpion, half.
Yeah, that
man.
guy.
He has some weird name like XG something something.
Yeah, I struggled with him the most. I think he was the hardest boss for me.
He's not in the remake.
What? He had such cool design.
He's still
like
trying
the
to
one boss
remember
that's not in it.
which boss this is. The centaur boss?
Yeah, you fight him on a little like platform
not
thing.
centaur, but like
I know
Scorpion
exactly
King, Scorpitor.
You talk about where you drop in the platforms? That one?
I think so. He's on the island and he's like a monstrosity thing.
Yeah,
you find research notes about him, and he's like, I think he's that game's tyrant. Basically, is what I gathered from the research notes.
What about the I don't remember its name, but he's the bug that you have to freeze with the CO or the liquid nitrogen.
Oh, like the right hand or the left hand,
Yeah.
whatever which one that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took his ass out.
Pretty cool one.
So in that fight's kind of unique because it's like you can either choose because you got to wait for the elevator to come down, and I swear to God, it's like 5 minutes.
I never did that.
Yeah, like what elevator takes 5 minutes when there's no like vacancy on it? Like, come on, that's ridiculous. But anyways,
every elevator when you're being chased by that.
But like, so you can either choose to run this, just keep him running around, avoiding this guy until like the 5 minutes are up, or you can choose to kill him. He's got a lot of health, but like you can actually kill him, and then if you kill him, you get like rewarded. You get like a lot of like you get like a treasure or something.
Yeah, money.
A lot.
As a gamer, I always choose option B.
Yeah, I kill him every time.
Yeah,
I freeze him and I just unload the riot gun on him.
So the very first time I've played the game when I was a kid, I didn't think it was possible to kill him because I was unloading everything I had on him. So in my head, I was like, oh, this guy is just basically unkillable. Like, so maybe I just have to run away. So that's what I did. But then I found out that like you actually can kill him because I remember using the infinite rocket launcher on him and then he died. I was like, oh, he is killable.
Yeah, one of the good things to do when he freezes is to immediately start using a sniper rifle on his head, and you hopefully get some high crit damage attacks on him.
Oh yeah, I unloaded on him. Like I basically used shotgun, magnum, you name it. Like
yeah, and I mean in the original game, ammo is so plentiful except for magnum ammo that's a little bit more scarce that you can do all that and find plenty of ammo everywhere else. Mm-hmm. Lots of destroyable crates and barrels, tons of ammo everywhere.
That knife is like, an all-purpose tool.
Yeah.
It's just such a
smash barrels to pieces with this knife.
Yeah. Always slash twice in case of snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love how the game rewards you for exploring as much as it does. It's such a rewarding game to play.
Yeah. No, this game never gets old to me. Every time I go back and play it, it's just like it's almost like I'm playing it for the first time again. It's so weird. It's just like I know everything, but it's just like it's just so addictive. Like the gameplay loop is just so addictive and fun.
Well, you are not alone because this game is very popular.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite Plagas are the ones that they run around and skitter around like spiders. Those ones are so annoying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
In the remake, they'll jump on the back of a host and they'll latch in, and then that enemy will like run straight at you. And I wasn't expecting that because they don't do that in the original.
Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite scariest enemy, or which enemy you think is the scariest?
I think it's regenerators.
Yeah.
Just by the way that they're presented. And then there's a bigger regenerator later on called an Iron Maiden. Yeah. But I don't know if it's just by that point you're used to it. But the regenerator for some reason makes it, I feel like they're scarier. And I don't think the Iron Maiden does the jumping on you and biting thing.
It
Like
might. I'm not
like
sure.
when you knock the regenerator down and it does like the flailing thing and bite and can like
I
bite
think
you.
I want to say it does, but like by the time I think you find your first Iron Maiden, you already have like the thermal goggle or the thermal scope. So like now it's like you can actually see and shoot like the parasites. But
Yeah.
like say like hypothetically, if you didn't get that and you didn't know where they were, like it would probably do the latching thing. I would think so. But like, yeah, I second that, Don. Just especially like when you're first seeing it for the first time, you like blasting bullets into this thing, and you see limbs getting blown off, and then getting regenerated, and then you blow its legs off, and all of a sudden it's even more scarier somehow.
In the heavy mouth breathing thing, like
Yeah,
you kind of know when they're around because they're like,
yeah, yeah.
and you're like, oh because like
So
even though you know how to kill it, even when you have the scope, you know you don't want to be right next to it when
Yeah.
you have to kill it. So it's like, and that part of the game's dark, and you know you hear it, and you're like, I
Dude,
don't want to
you
round a
should
I
corner
don't
on it.
remember if
you
in the
should
original,
you should
like
play that game on the remake. Like that
yeah,
part with
I was gonna
the
say,
regenerator is so much scarier.
dude, because I don't remember them doing it in the original, but in the remake, they'll slither like snakes, like rah, across the floor,
Yeah.
No, they did not do that in the
and
original.
They
they're
They
so
walk.
fast that you can run away for like literally 60 seconds, turn around, and they're right behind you.
Well, that and it's like literally the area that they're in, it's like pitch black, like so black that like Leon needs to have his light out with his flashlight. It's that dark.
Yeah, it's a lot scarier in the remake. But you know, one of the things when I was playing that one is I was using the knife to kill them.
Really?
Yeah, because I would just slash all over their body and it would kill the parasites.
That's one way to do it. You could I wonder if you could you probably could do that in the original too.
Yeah, I don't remember trying in the original because, I knew that you get the scope and everything, but I
They do
yeah,
a lot of damage, so like you just don't want to get hit by them in the original.
well, I
Um,
would blow the legs off and they'd fall over, and then just for that, like, 3 seconds, whatever, I would just slash all over them and kill the parasites.
Hmm.
It was pretty OP.
Yeah, I should have did that. What I was doing was like when I got the thermal scope, obviously I would pop off the ones I could see, but there was one in the back that you just couldn't get at. And I've noticed that if you just use a shotgun, like in the vicinity of where it was, because like it has penetration, it would just kill it.
Yeah, the Punisher has penetration,
Yeah.
and it can shoot up through 5 enemies fully upgraded. But I use
boy,
the Red 9 because it has the highest damage of the pistols.
Yeah, on this playthrough, I use the Blacktail because it's like it has fairly high damage, especially the exclusive made it like a 4.5, which is pretty strong for a pistol. I think the Red 9 was still stronger, but like
Yes.
man, it was so fast. You could be like boom, 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 boom. 4.5 a piece.
I think I preferred the blacktail too
Yeah,
during my playthroughs with because of the piercing. I always favored the guns that did any kind of CC at all in that game.
a piercing. Yeah, that the Punisher was the piercing
The
one.
Punisher is the piercer.
Yeah,
I think it was the weakest, but like obviously, it
Yeah, it
could
can
be
shoot through
it
enemies.
could be the strongest if you were lining up your shots right. Because say if it was like 3 damage, but if you're hitting like four
Three
enemies
enemies,
with it,
it's
three
9 damage.
9 damage for per one bullet. So
I think this was the first Resident Evil game to give like a damage number too.
yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was actually.
it was an interesting
Well,
choice.
it has like an RPG element to it where it's like your character gets stronger through like upgrading, getting more health, getting more damage,
Armor.
armor, like because if you really think about it, like you start the game with a 1 damage handgun, which is serviceable in the beginning of the game. Imagine taking that 1 damage handgun through the island or something. Like it's just not happening. This enemy's
No,
health is so strong and stuff. So it's like there's some RPG elements to it to where like you're definitely stronger by the time you get to the island. You're a
Not to
fair
mention
amount stronger.
the red herbs. They also raise your max HP too.
The yellow ones, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Red heal fully. Yellow upgrade your HP. Well, like there's so many things to talk about in this game. Like the whole atmosphere is extremely creepy, and then they throw all these different kinds of atmospheres at you. There's tons of different kinds of enemies, even though at initial output doesn't like feel like it. Then you start looking at all the different, the different kinds of ganados because they all act different too. Like you have the chainsaw guys, you have the regular villagers, you have ones that throw Molotov cocktails, ones that throw grenades. You got some that
Axes. Some of them are
axes.
armed, some of them are not.
The bow.
Like,
some of them have flaming arrows with bow
yep,
guns.
the bows. Yep.
And then you get into the castle, and you have all the different kinds of cultists, the armors, the bugs, the novistadors, like, and and then the island, everything's all like military. You have like military guys with guns and the
Armor.
batons and
And the big guy with the machine gun at a couple parts of the game.
yeah. So they do such a good job at like spreading out the different kinds of enemies and the different kinds of obstacles that you face. They give you plenty of stuff to like take cover in. They and so much to explore. Like this game is incredible. I enjoyed very much going back to it.
Yeah, I have fun every single time I play this game. Like I said, it's like almost like I'm playing it for the first time again. I don't know how it does that to me, but it just does. It's have a blast every single time.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've gushed on about this for a while. Since our guest opted not to join us this time, which is perfectly fine, totally don't lambast him in the Discord about it.
I will.
But I guess we'll answer for him by getting into our host review about how this game is going to do. Guys, ready for that?
Let's do it.
But before we get into our host review, if you've been here before, this is the time for us to do our plugs. We're the Cable Club Podcast. We talk about a new game every 2 weeks, a retro game for the last 2 years, soon to be an indie game. We're just 3 guys hanging out, talking video games, playing in Discord. Hit the subscribe button on the listening platform of your choice to get that in your feed every couple of weeks. Just, relax, chill out with us on Tuesday mornings. Make it your mental health space. Just kind of hang out with us and let go of everything that's stressful in the world. Talk about video games instead.
Beautiful voices.
Yeah. Or if you're so inclined, head over to YouTube and see our beautiful faces and maybe ruin the experience for you. Mileage does vary. So you can also, if you're so inclined, join the Discord, hang out with us, especially once we start playing indie games. I think a whole new world between indie games and retro games is going to be the amount of multiplayer we play, because I feel like so many indie games now have some really great multiplayer element, so I'm really looking forward to that. So the more we have in the Discord, the more chance we have of getting a game off and rolling with it. So, join over there, make some new friends, and have a good time. So Steve, you played the remake. Is this a case where the remake came out and now there's literally no reason to play the old game?
No, I don't think that at all. So they are different in a fair amount of ways. I would say that I generally preferred my experiences playing the original version, although the new version is so good at the same time that you could play either one and still have, a really great experience. The new game has better textures and it's got better dialogue. The voice acting is higher quality, and the game is longer, and all of those things are great. But the original, it has a special charm that the new remake doesn't have. And it's kind of hard to put your finger on it, but the new one has a lot more to offer, but the original is just so good still to this day, especially if you play like the Wii version and you have the motion controls. That version of the game is probably my favorite. I don't think even for a minute that there is no reason to play the original, even with the remake.
Yeah,
I love the Wii for that kind of thing. I loved it for playing Metroid Prime, and I loved it for playing this.
Light guns are
like
fun, man.
you got to do the little knife slash too with it, And then there was obviously the pointing and shooting, but man, the pointing and shooting makes such a big difference. It really almost turns the game into like keyboard and mouse controls.
Yeah.
Right, where it allows for
it.
that quick aiming that is hard to do with a controller and a control stick.
That's like one thing I wish you could change in the options in the original is like the sensitivity with the aiming with the analog, because it's fairly slow. But like with mouse and keyboard or like the Wii, like you can zip around with it. It's nice.
Your combat capabilities in this game are kind of a strange beast because on the one hand, like you said, if you're playing with a controller, you're slow to aim. And I feel like throughout Resident Evil's history, that kind of stuff has been done intentionally where your characters are like rigid and slow to help, I think, build the tension.
Hmm.
Because it had to be deliberate 3 games in, right? Like,
Yeah,
but
probably.
this game, they give you some stuff, like the knife is not at all a waste of inventory, both in the sense that it's not in your inventory, and second, you always have it on you, and it's actually good. Like, it actually deals good damage.
Yeah,
Like, you can,
it's broken.
but you also get takedowns, like
Hmm.
action command takedowns, which deal. I don't remember if they deal a ton of damage or if they're just kills.
No,
They do a lot of
a
damage.
lot
They
of
don't auto
damage.
kill.
Yeah, and some of them are AoE too. Like,
Yeah, sweeping kick.
yeah, the sweeping kick will hit a few enemies off of you and deal big damage to all of them.
Anything near you.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I also think like the enemy that you hit with like will knock it into the other enemies and knock them down too. Like if they're not like right up to you. So like if you kick one and it like hits the enemies, they all fall down.
and that can be triggered from a knife hit. Like if you knife a zombie in the knee, which is actually another part of this game that I think Resident Evil finally started doing, because the PlayStation Resident Evil games were, if your character was facing a zombie, he would shoot it, but I don't think it had intentional headshots. I know the second one did not.
No,
Like, you had to slug X number of bullets into a zombie to kill it, and that was the only way to kill it.
I think there was like a crit chance. I think the only time you could like almost kind of force a crit was with like the shotgun, where like if you like literally aimed up and they were like right next to you, you could get like an auto headshot. But for the pistol, I think it was just crit chance. It would just happen randomly.
Yeah, and in this game, you have a lot more license to like get those headshots and have it matter.
Right.
You almost don't even want headshots, like after about a third of the game.
Well, it's
Because
neat that the game combats it, right? Because it knows it's a thing, and then they're like, okay, well, now when you do it, now you have to deal with this other thing that's way worse.
Yeah.
yeah, and especially the cultists, like the way to take those things down is you wait for them to open their mouth and shoot them, but it's like a high risk, high reward, like because they can one hit kill you. So I think that the game does a really good job at keeping the tension, even though there's so much ammo in the original that you just run and gun the whole game. It still feels high tension, especially because you're doing the escort with Ashley for about half the game. And, she's always getting grabbed and, you have to help her. And if you don't, game over. But I find myself with this game not being so much scared of the environment, but more scared of a loss of progress. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to, I'm more scared of dying and then having to start over than I am of like actually being scared of something.
Right.
But that's
Well, yeah,
probably
you hear
mostly
that
because I played it so
chainsaw,
much.
you hear that chainsaw rev up, and you're like, oh, crap. Like, I don't want to die now.
He's already in the pause menu reloading his save after
Well,
just
listen,
hearing the chainsaw.
you're on the island and Leon's like, oh, great, a rocket launcher.
My I would say like the hands down the scariest part in this game is the part where you're with Ashley alone. I don't know how you guys feel,
In
but
the
like
library.
yeah, like it's even scarier in the remake, but like just something about just feeling helpless and just
Everything is
running.
scarier in the
Well, she's not
remake.
helpless. You get the lantern, it stuns them.
Yeah, but like you don't have a gun where you can just sit there and blast them. Like, it's just I don't know. It's just I hate it. I hate
So
it.
anyway, I started blasting.
Doesn't get her own action command,
Yeah, I mean that's the one time you feel like helpless. The other time is in the village. At least in the remake, they take all of your stuff. I don't remember if that happens in the original.
I don't think so. I know you get captured, but like I don't think you lose your stuff.
Yeah, in the remake you do. There's
Yeah.
like one area you got to get your stuff back.
Is this the first time that a game used like death animations?
Well,
I doubt it, but I don't know for sure.
you
That
mean
was one
like
of the things that, yeah, like they
in the
went out of
IP
their way.
itself, like in the IP itself, or like games in general?
Both, either.
I mean, I
Mortal
don't.
Kombat.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Tomb Raider's up there too when it comes to like death animations.
Really, it's not just like your character gets hit enough times and falls over. Like,
No,
enemies
like
have specific death
yeah,
animations.
for example, like in Tomb Raider, like if you jump in a pit of spikes, like she'll like try to like pull herself off of it, but eventually she'll just slink down and die.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking about things that really like make this game have a unique identity. I feel like action commands were a relatively new concept at
Like
this
the quick
point
time
too.
events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
QTE.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those weren't in the remake, I don't think. They took those
No.
out.
Well, this also started the era of people complaining about everything in video games, and I feel like QTEs were that there definitely was a point where it had kind of reached a tipping like with that, and people were like, this whole game's a QTE.
I thought they were like pretty uniquely done in this game. Like they used it for like when you're running away from boulders, or like if you make a jump and like but like you just quite didn't make it, so like you have to pull yourself up and you have to like mash the X button, or like the infamous Krauser knife fight. Like that whole thing's a QTE. It's so
Never mind.
good.
That one I died to a lot.
So I have a little like almost a gripe to pick with the Krauser like NPC in general. So like they introduce this character almost like you're supposed to know who he is. So then you're like, who is this guy? I don't remember him in Resident Evil 2 because he didn't exist. They added him in this game, but he's like supposed to be some kind of familiar person. They just like retconned him in basically, and you're like, that's kind of lame.
Okay, it's not just me then. I thought it was just me not being familiar with the source material. I was like, this guy's supposed to be somebody. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, so basically they tried to shoehorn him in, but like he was basically like his training partner, Leon's training partner, as he was training to be like the beast that he is now. Like
he's
that,
your sergeant. He's like in charge of you.
yeah,
He
I know
was shoehorned.
Yeah, I know they went on like a recon mission in South Africa and stuff like that. Like the two of them and whatnot, and they became good friends at one point. But then I don't know, eventually he became like crazy and sided with Sadler and got like the parasite injected in him.
It's because in the jungle he had a crew and the government let his crew die. So then he just goes crazy because he realizes that the only thing worth pursuing is power, and the Las Plagas gives him power. So he just wants ultimate power. Basically, he wants to be as strong as he can. He's just like ruined because of his experience with the military.
I thought it was a little bit of him just going crazy from the parasite too.
Yeah,
Probably
probably.
some.
Yeah, it's probably both, honestly.
I got the sense he really wasn't the guy that Leon knew either. Like I recognize he was jaded. Like, but I think he was like taking it up quite a few notches. He couldn't just leave it at F you, man. You know,
Yeah.
to make you into his whole reason for being.
Yeah.
Great opportunity for him to throw his life on the line.
Even after all that power, he still loses to Leon.
Everybody loses to Leon.
Doesn't have
sad.
Leon power. I don't know. Chris versus Leon, maybe.
Dude,
It's
like
like
if
the Superman versus Goku.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
argument.
say.
Fight.
If you look online, it's a very divided audience between those two.
I mean,
It's
Leon's like
I'll tell you, the gist of it's always like this. It's like, well, if Chris can get a hold of Leon, then it's over. But if that never happens, then Chris is dead.
so Leon just has to grease himself up first.
Give me the butter.
Just don't let him punch you. Don't be anywhere near that punch. It's got AoE, that punch.
Yeah, because Chris can punch boulders.
Yeah, and 3 people at the same time, which may or may not be more impressive.
Dude, I love Chris. I know, like, I'm probably in the minority. Like, I love both Chris and Leon. Like, it's not like, you know, like, if you were to show, like, a graph, like, for me, like, they're both, like, neck and neck. Maybe Leon edges out a little bit, but dude, I love me some Chris, too.
I think the fan base probably favors Leon, especially
100%.
after Chris's
100%.
new, older, chubbier interpretation in the new games. Chris kind of took that one on the chin. I
don't know. Like, I kind of almost, like, blanked that out. Like, everything after, like, 7 is just, like, I don't know.
I mean, Chris is OG. You know, I think he was for a while, right? So I think he and Leon was green, but I think 4 made Leon really cool. He's got the jacket. You know, he's got his little hair flip thing going almost over one eye. You know, he's
4 basically made Leon the mascot, I would say. Like
he's everything cool about the early 2000s.
And just the quips that he had too. Like I think that they also removed this in the remake, but like all the like the intercoms that you have with like Sadler and Salazar, just like the quips that he would tell, like say to these people, like like your right hand comes off, or like he never
Trey
taken that.
says that.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
He's just never taking them serious because Leon's such a badass. Like Leon always felt in control, even though he wasn't.
He was.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he just always was. If it just by his demeanor.
You're small time, Sadler.
Yeah. He was. Sadler said something was small time. Krauser. I think he was saying that about Krauser or
Something like that.
somebody. And then Leon turns around and goes, "You're a small time Sadler," basically telling him he's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a mind games, right? You got to get your enemy on tilt.
Yeah.
He knows he
Well,
can't outpower him, but he can
yeah.
outthink him.
Leon was very good at it for sure.
Yeah.
As far as like reviewing this game, it's been done time and time again, and there really isn't anything new that you can say about it. But my sentiments basically go on to say that this has got to be in like my top 3 GameCube games, maybe even top 2. Like it's basically this and Melee, and this game was such a leap ahead for the genre and the series, like combined, that it almost thrust Resident Evil into the real spotlight because it handled so well. The exploration was great. The cutscenes we talked about, the enemies, the guns, the everything, the treasure exploration. It's just so amazing, and it was an incredible feat for the time. Like I can't praise the game enough personally. I've beaten it probably like Lord 15 times total. Like it's so fun, and it keeps me coming back for more. And I played 5 and I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't get into 6 and I haven't tried any of the new ones. I always want to come back to this.
Same.
I think of the classic Resident Evils, this is the pinnacle. You might prefer Resident Evil 7, 8, and 9 style because you feel like it's a harken back to horror and it leans more into that, and you might like that more than Resident Evil, which is a little bit more action packed, like the original series. But I think it peaked at 4. 4 just nailed it. Took everything right, made it better. Took everything wrong and threw it out. And it has a lot to it. Like you guys said, it has the exploration. It has the RPG elements, right? And all that could feel like fluff. Like I'm thinking of a game like Symphony of the Night that we played, which is a great game, but it has a lot of systems in it that I'm just like, I don't know why this exists. It's not necessary for the game. I don't think like Resident Evil 4 doesn't have a system in it that you're like, I'm not enjoying this. Like even organizing the inventory is fun.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the inventory.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a part like of the game too. Where like
playing Tetris with your box.
Inventory management. Like, yeah, like for the time, like that was pretty unique. Like how you had like made everything fit in your little suitcase.
Yeah, they have I think there's a couple indie games that are literally that, like organizing stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Backpack Hero.
Yeah, it's just like a mini game, in Resident Evil, but they have other games that are, like $1.99 games or whatever on your phone that you can play that is that. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's that good, right?
Yeah, it just adds like another layer, It's just like it's kind of like almost like a puzzle, a little bit of a puzzle, like trying to get everything to fit. And if you really wanted to be OCD about it, you could put all your herbs together, all your ammo together, all your guns in one spot. Like, yeah, you could have it any way you want.
I also wanted to say, you asked me the question about if I thought that the original was worth playing still versus the remake, and I forgot to mention that, in my opinion, the new one, the remake, is better if you want scary tones, and the original is better if you want more action tones. Like, they feel different in that way. Like, the remake feels spookier.
Yeah,
but
100%.
But the original is like almost more hokey and fun. Like in a way.
Does the remake have a robust mercenary mode the way that 4 ended up the way that the original ended up having?
Yeah, it does.
And it has target practice or whatever. It has an additional mode where you can get collectibles that enhance your gameplay. Like you can get things that drop more ammo, or they go on your suitcase and things. But
yeah, like the little like keychain things.
Charms.
Yeah. Those don't exist in the original, but yeah. Yeah,
But
another
yeah, the tones in the games feel different, which is
yeah.
another big reason to play both of them.
Yeah, I would if you're a fan of Resident Evil 4 and you love the game, you have to play both of them. They're both masterpieces in their own right. And they both like they come with like the Ada scenarios too. Like we didn't even
Hmm.
talk about those, like Ada separate ways and whatnot. Like, once you beat the game, you can play a completely different type of game, like pretty much the same game, but you're just Ada instead. You go through the game like on her side of it, so that like the times that she does meet up with Leon, you figure out how she got to that point to meet up with Leon and all the other
Yeah,
stuff that she
it's
does in the
pretty cool.
background. It's really good. Once you like, yeah, the game's long. Like it's pretty robust if you play the whole thing, like both scenarios. It's
Like
game's
if
so
you're
good.
playing it for the first time, start to finish, you're probably gonna dump like 25 hours in.
Easily, yeah. Yeah, especially because it's like if you're like me, like a lot of the time it's like you'll check every nook and cranny just to make
Yeah.
sure you have everything. Like you want to get all those little gold pieces or like treasures or ammo. Like sometimes like I'll run and sometimes I'll backtrack a little bit just to double check to make sure I got everything.
I love good exploration in a game like that rewards you adequately. I mean, there are some games that like, and you find this maybe in retro games more, but sometimes you open a chest and it's like the starting weapon that you already have, and you're like, what, like,
Yeah.
why is this here? Like, what does this do for me?
Yeah.
I'd just be happier with the 20 gold or whatever it sells for. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I
like
know
what
exactly what
is
you're talking about. It's
what is
so annoying.
and like it's specific to one character,
Yeah.
like, and you're like, I don't, but when a game always pushes you forward through exploration, it does a bunch of different things. One, makes you feel good to play more of the game and immerse yourself more in it. Two, kind of lets you set the difficulty of it. So the more treasures you seek out, the more you can sell the merchant, thereby the more you can upgrade your weapons and make the game easier, right? So it's kind of like a choose your own difficulty, and if you want to go through the game fast and the hard way, you can do that. You don't have to go find all the treasures and sell
Yeah.
them all. Like, you can
And
just
there's
go through.
there's incentive, like, cause like if you like the game enough, like there's if you want to play it again, usually you get like rewards for beating the game faster, like under like 5 hours or something. So it's like that right there. Like if you try and do that alone, you can't just sit there and try and like loot everything because you got to go. So that right there just makes the game a lot harder.
It's
You
also
know.
got a lot of unique bosses, which I
Mm-hmm.
also like in a game, where all the bosses kind of feel different. They all have their own unique weak spots. They all have their different windows of opportunity to punish them. Like, this game isn't like the older ones where bosses were bullet sponges. Basically, like you either had the ammo to take them out or not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I'm thinking of Resident Evil 2. That's like all the bosses. They were all just bullet sponges,
Yeah.
and that's kind of all they had. But it, even later games than this, I think, fall victim to that. Just bosses being damage sponges, and this is like, you can damage sponge them if you want to. They take damage no matter where you hit them usually, but if you're not hitting their weak points, it's going to make the game a lot harder for you.
Oh, 100%. Like
So you better wait,
the
right?
the gigantes is a perfect example of that. So like obviously once you knock them down, if this thing comes off its back and obviously this is what you have to shoot to do tons of damage to him. You can actually kill him without hitting that. It would take you forever. But another cool thing that you can do with this boss is like you can actually go up to it and start slashing it with your knife, so you can like save ammo. Or if you really want to, like this playthrough, I actually used the sniper rifle. So when I downed him, I just took out the sniper rifle. I think it took like 3 shots and it killed him. But like
You
the
take them out a
fact,
lot faster.
but like if you want to save ammo, you could just use your knife because I think it's the same thing. Like if you do it like all the slashes like 3 times with the knife, like if you knock him down 3 times and you slash all 3 times, like you can do that too.
It's a very
Oh.
well crafted game.
You know what the remake doesn't have that not that I missed it, but I realized that it wasn't in is there's no incendiary grenades.
Was there not? I don't remember.
No.
There's the bow gun that you can get though, right?
Yeah, the bolt
Yeah, you can
thrower.
recover your bolts like Daryl Dixon style from The Walking
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah. Even with that, ammo is still scarce.
Yeah, you're supposed to shoot crows with it because it doesn't alert the ganados.
That's
Because if
cool.
you shoot with a gun, all the crows will fly because of
Yeah.
the noise. But the bolt thrower, it'll hit the crow and the other ones will stay. but it's so cool because if the crows fly up, then the Ganados know you're there.
Yeah. I usually throw
It's
like a flash grenade there, like in the original,
yeah,
like where you
the
actually do
Gigante,
fight the Gantes. There's like 20 crows. Where you can just throw a flash grenade.
tons of money.
Yeah, I mean it's only like 200-300 at a time, but like times like 15, it's like adds up.
You kill all the crows for money.
Yeah,
Give me that money.
well, because crows they like shiny things.
Well, they also sometimes have ammo and stuff, or sometimes on herb drops. Like I think it's random, but like you can get lucky.
Funny when
Yeah.
you break open a barrel, find a snake, kill the snake drops the ammo. You're like, yeah.
So in this game, when you're in like critical danger of dying, more herbs will drop.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, dude. Like the adaptive difficulty, like that's one of the mechanics of it too. Another one I've read too was like the enemies who like throw axes and stuff. They're less accurate if you're sucking at the game.
If you have the Wii version and you're good, you snipe those things out of the sky.
So good.
Over the top action at its best. All right, so you guys ready to rate this thing? I think we have a pretty high opinion of it. I don't have many cons to say against it. The horror game is not my cup of tea, but this one aged incredibly, especially given that it has a remake out. And I trust you guys as longtime Resident Evil fans that when you say that the remake doesn't totally encapsulate the experience, I'm inclined to believe you. So, I know in our Diablo episode we took points off because Diablo 3 was like the same experience but better without all the annoying stuff, but this doesn't appear that the remake of Resident Evil 4 gives you everything that you want out of the experience.
It's not that it doesn't. It gives you everything you want, but it's a different. It feels like a different tone.
Yeah, well, there's things that are slightly different.
Right.
For example, Luis dies at different points in both versions. Like there's that like Sadler actually kills Luis in the 2005 version. I want to say in the remake, Krauser kills him.
Gets shot by
I think it's
Krauser,
I think it's Krauser. Yeah, so like stuff like that. But like the story, the meat and bones is pretty much the same. But like this stuff gets like shuffled around. There's another part where Luis actually helps you fight the two Gigantes, where you got the like lava in the middle. We have to drop like the platform, and you expose the lava, and one of the Gigantes can fall. Like Luis is actually in that fight with you in the remake. He's already dead by that point in the original.
And they flesh out Ashley a little bit more too, which is nice.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more back and forth between Ashley and Leon in the remake that I've noticed, because I remember playing the original again. They don't really say much when the game is just playing. It's only like during cutscenes really that they'll actually talk to each other.
Yeah, true. All right, guys, you ready to rate this thing?
Let's do it.
Play that jingle for the second to last time. All right. So, this is our Retro Game League. And if you are joining us for the first time, you might not know how this works. So I have up in front of me what looks like a tier list, but it is in fact our league. And the way it differs is that, yes, there are levels of what we associate with quality in it, but it's not necessarily a competition to the top. So we're sorting these games into cups throughout the year. We're trying to play 25 games all year, sort them into cups, and then we're going to have our audience vote on winners. And each winner is going to get some awesome prizes. We have some cool gold cartridges, as well as the coveted Cable Club League title belt going out to the winner of the Master Ball League, said to be the winner of the entire thing. But each cup is going to get some prizes. So the way this works is we need to have 5 games per cup. If we bring in a new game like we are today with Resident Evil, and it comes in anywhere below the top cup, that means in its respective cup it'll have 6 games, and we'll have to shuffle some stuff upward to reach our 5 game per cup quota. So, without further ado, boys, where do you feel Resident Evil 4 should fit on this list?
I have a good feeling where this is going to go. I know, like for me and Steve, I'm not necessarily done because I know he's not like a a big fan of Lycora, but like for me, like this game is easily Master Ball. Like just what it has to offer, what it improved on. The like we said it all, before, but like it's got progression. It's got like the three tones where you got like the spooky castle, you got like the running gun on the island. It's just, I don't know, everything you want in a Resident Evil game it has. Like yeah, maybe like the original isn't as spooky as like like the PlayStation ones, but like then you could play the remake, which is right up the alley of those. So like if you play both versions, you're literally getting pretty much everything out of what you would want in a Resident Evil game. And like we said before, like it like literally pioneered like the over the shoulder camera. Like it's just so well crafted.
I have one thing to say that I haven't said. I think since the GameCube, Resident Evil 4 has been remade for every single
It has been
console.
remade 12 times since its
So,
original release.
what does that tell you though? Like the game is worth playing because it's like if it keeps like following each console, like it's obviously like if it wasn't doing well on every other console, they would probably have stopped doing that. But like people just love this game that it's just worth doing that. I mean, they're probably gonna stop now because now that they have the remake. But like, yeah, like damn, like
Maybe.
so
I
good.
think it's getting new life, or maybe already did on a VR system.
You know what
It
I
already did, I think.
Okay.
you know what I have heard too is like people who've never played the original would play the remake, have so much fun that they would actually go back and play the original.
I believe
So
it. I mean, there aren't too many people playing games right now. It's in an interesting spot where I don't think there are too many people who are old enough to appreciate the remake who have not played the original because it's been so, ubiquitous in the gaming sphere. Like it's on like Steve said, I think it's been on every console since release. Like it's always out there. So I think pretty much everyone who's played the remake has probably played the original mostly, right?
yeah, but I have heard that like some people just go right back and play the original just to see the differences too. And the game's aged like fine wine. Like yeah, it has tank controls, but like literally you play for like 3 minutes and then you almost forget about it. Like it's like you don't even know you're playing with tank controls because you
Can you
just get
quick
used to it.
turn around in this game too?
Absolutely, yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like being back, right? And you like turn around.
Well, it's sprinting back. So like whatever button is sprint, which I think is A on the GameCube controller, and you just sprint and hit backwards and you quick turn.
Yeah, it's huge, and the camera goes with you. I think.
Yep, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah, it's huge.
So I have beaten, for example, here, I've beaten Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time probably like 10 times. I've beaten Resident Evil 4 more than that. Like, I've played the crap out of this game. And I feel like it's a heavy hitter just like that one.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a very good game. Even someone that doesn't appreciate it as fully as you guys, just not playing it all that much. Are there games on this list in Ultra Ball that I would play before this one? Yeah, probably. That's just me not liking horror games all that much. But I can't deny what it has to offer.
I
Right
mean
with
that's
that.
valid too, though. Like your opinion, like yeah, like
Yeah,
some people
yeah,
would play like Zelda Wind Waker over Resident Evil 4. Like I completely understand that.
yeah. It's just that this game, when it comes down to it, does have something for everybody,
hmm
including horror.
Right.
But like I said, it kind of has the what I call the it factor, where like it starts as horror, but then it becomes this like run and gun epic adventure, good versus evil kind of thing, good versus Resident Evil. It turns into like an action game, right? And that exploration and that progression, making yourself stronger, it has the ARPG type elements with the numbers, and damage and crits and everything else, and like it's
If you
just
like sniping, if you
solid.
like run and gun, if you like, strategically shooting in knees and action commands, if you like, there's some puzzle aspects, there's exploration, like it just has everything.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I mean, you said Zelda, and there's a lot in here that I think is similar to Zelda, especially in terms of like the items, like the upgrading your armor and stuff like that. I don't know. There's so much. So I can't really deny that it's an extremely well crafted game. And I think the lowest I could possibly put it in would be Ultra Ball. So yeah, I feel like it's got to go in Master. If you guys are both for Master, it's gonna go in Master.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, it's the best GameCube game that we have here.
What other GameCube games we just got?
Wind
What?
Waker.
That's it.
No,
Uh,
Oh,
either
Eternal
Eternal
Darkness
Darkness. Yeah,
and Fire Emblem.
yeah.
yeah.
We
Oh,
had a lot of GameCube.
I agree. RE4 is better than all those. I mean, the only one I could possibly make a case for is the Wind Waker, but even still, I don't think it is.
All right, so there we have it. That actually was an easy rating session for us. So in Master Ball, we have StarCraft, Paper Mario, which is looking less and less like it belongs there, but I'll take it. Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Resident Evil 4. In Ultra Ball, we have Zelda: The Wind Waker. We have Final Fantasy Tactics, Super Mario Bros. 3, which I can't believe is there. Silent Hill 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. In Great Ball, we have Diablo 2, Donkey Kong Country 2, Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal, Street Fighter Third Strike, and Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. And I want you guys to look at those top 3 cups. This is cutthroat at this point,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
To say something like Donkey Kong Country 2 is mid says a lot about the competition here.
Yeah,
Like
it does.
in Pokeball, we have Eternal Darkness, Zelda Oracle of Ages, Suikoden 2, The Legend of Dragoon, Jet Set Radio Future, which I think also says a lot about the competition in this league. And then we have Apricorn down there. Y'all are Yahoos, but I love you anyway. We have X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, the WCW versus NWO Revenge, ActRaiser, Mega Man Soccer, and JJ Squawkers. So we have one more game to go, guys.
One.
Are you ready for me to tell you what that one more game is?
Give me the deets.
It's going to be a tone shift of epic proportions from today's episode. It is the only game in the league so far to be featured on the Game Boy Advance system. God knows how, right? The Game Boy Advance is lit. How is this the first one? It's Hero, despite being one of the cutest heroes in the Nintendo franchise lineup, is one of the deadliest, with a celestial body count that would make the likes of Kratos blush. You guys got any guesses as to what this game is? All right. So
he's like a vacuum.
Yeah, he's a vacuum. A very good vacuum, very expensive vacuum. We are going to play Kirby and the Amazing Mirror.
Interesting.
So, what a 25th pick. I was just thinking to myself, what video game characters that deserve representation aren't featured on this list? Right? And I was thinking things like Sonic's not on here. You know, Samus is not on here.
Yeah, that's a shame.
You know.
Yeah.
Sonic, take it or leave it.
He's a significant video game character.
Yeah, he is.
He's more significant than what's his name from Suikoden 2.
Where's Sonic 2? I would rate that pretty highly myself.
Yeah, Chemical Plant Zone on its own sells that for me.
I know, for sure.
Until you get the
that
the
theme is
in the mountain.
That theme is Ultra Ball by itself. Chemical Plant Zone
pushes it up to Ultra Ball, just Chemical Plant Zone. Yeah. But anyway, we're not playing Sonic 2. We're playing Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. So join us next time for that in 2 weeks, or join us in Discord early and play it along with us, because it's a pretty cool game. It's Kirby's attempt at a Metroidvania.
Interesting.
Yeah. But before we go, I do like to thank our listeners. If you've been here a few times, thank you so much. If you've been here a few times and you haven't left us a rating and review, please do that. I don't really fully understand these algorithm things. I know they rule our lives and tell us all what we want to see all the time. And if you want the algorithm to tell other people that they want to see us, it would greatly help us if you just take 5 minutes and drop a review. It's free for you. It means the world to us. You could, and I also like to thank our Discord in particular. They're our favorite fans, right, guys?
Absolutely.
Get to spend all the time talking with them about games in general and just about other stuff. Just whatever. So making genuine friends over in the Discord. So thank you guys, and thank you for listening. And with that, game over, fellas.
Game over.
Adios, Leon.